What up, K Boogie in the house. RDB, MLK Alumni Allstar Podcast. K, I got a song for you today, bro.
Okay.
Coming live at you, man. Here we go.
All right.
And tell me what you think, bro.
Okay.
Come on, spoon me, G, go off, then go off. I just shit, y'all. Free, y'all. To the beat, y'all. That's so unique, y'all. When I was speeding down the street, then I pushed my brakes because I seen a fine girl, baby, shiver, ain't shaking.
What you think? How you feel? Like
took it to the early 80s, early mid 80s. I like it.
Man, Spoonie G was one of the original hip hop bulls, cuz.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's definitely a fun fact. Definitely a fun fact.
Hey, listen, man, everybody, welcome to MLK Alumni All-Star Podcast. I'm Ron the Barber with my co-host, All-Star, my man, K Boogie. K, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, everyone? You know, once again, we are back. Like we left something, as the great little Kim said, I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back at the jump off. You know, and without you guys, there's no us. You know, as I said, you know, as Ron said before, I am Kenneth, the only Clipper fan Osborne, and my man with the other voice on my other side is my homeboy, my home slice, my co-host Ron the Barber Murray. We want to welcome you to another episode of the MLK Alumni Podcast. You know, talking about things in the community, education, politics, sports, and whatever's on our mind. So, you know, once we post this episode, you know, so we'll be streaming. It's going to be on YouTube, Facebook's going to be everywhere. Just hit us with a like, tell us what you think, and, you know, and share it, you know, and share it with everybody else. Other than that, man, I'm just glad, you know, this is like, we've had a couple episodes so far, but this is actually our first live. How you feeling about this?
Video, baby.
Our first live. We're making history today. How do you feel about that?
Oh, man, listen, you know, I'm just grateful to be a part of this, grateful that we're doing something positive, grateful that we can use this platform to really share information, you know what I mean? Something for us to kind of just, as I can say, man, let some steam out, you know, yes. Have some fun, you know.
Absolutely.
Just putting it to use, man, you know, all these technology facets and different things that's going on. I just say, man, we can use them also. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much what the podcast is for me.
Yeah, you know? I mean, there's always an opportunity to, you know, different platforms to get your voice heard and, you know, educate the masses and everything. But in the meantime, you know, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about some topics and, you know, just have a good time. So, you know, we're gonna start it off right now. You know what? It's been a while since we did this. Since we've been podcasting together. So. You know, my first question to you is, man, what's been up with you, man? What's going on with you, man?
What, bro? You know, I've been just staying busy.
Right.
Staying busy, surviving, maintaining my health. You know, they say your health is wealth. So I've been really trying to maintain my health and, you know, cut back on the Boston cream donuts, you know, in the chicken wings late at night, but I'm just teaching, running the barber school, one of the only 3 barber schools in Philadelphia and Black owned. So I've just been doing a lot of teaching, trying to do a lot of mentoring. I've been running some GED tutoring through the barber school. So awesome. We've been helping guys, GEDs, and just excited about what next year or, you know, the fall may hold. You know, we're coming out of the pandemic and it's just, you know, I feel like I'm just waiting to get back in life, get back in action, you know?
Yes, we are. Absolutely, man. And you hit it right on the head because we're actually coming out of this pandemic now, you know, God willing. And now we've been getting, you know, we've got the signal that it's okay for us to actually have in class now, you know, in class teaching. It's no longer going to be online. You can still go online to take your classes, but now I know where I work at in the admissions department, we actually got the okay and the green light, and we've been confirmed that we could actually have like in-class tutoring, like physical tutoring, like with professor and student. So we're just making plans on how we're going to get everybody in, plus be safe, things of that sort. But that's like more work stuff. Other than that, besides work, just been, podcasting, checking up on the good homie Ron, things of that sort, just hanging out with the family. Shout out to my little brother, with the Black Psychologist podcast. He's doing great. I think he's on episode 20 now, so definitely go check him out. Also check out one of my homegirls, Tall Simone, on the Sipping with Slap podcast. She's doing great things out there. Definitely listen to her. She's dropping gems.
What about alumni Janaea? Don't she got something going on too? Like a fashion line?
I believe she does too. Yeah, definitely listen to her stuff too. Definitely, most definitely. But I mean, to me, it's summertime, and also, since it is the month of July, shout out to all the Cancerians out there who were born in July, such as myself, such as Ron. Who else was born in July? Right? There we know. Atwana, was Atwana born in July too?
Alumni. I know Atwana is. I know Lance is.
Who was?
There's a few of us on the alumni who was,
really. So it's you.
Yeah.
Myself.
And before we get deep into the birthdays, I meant to tell you with the school coming back in September is going to be in class. We're going to be starting a book bag and school drive for the Martin Luther King students. So I'll be, posting the flyers and, donations of what you can donate as far as like pencils, pens, book bags, rulers, calculators. We're going to do a school drive. We want to collect the book bags for Martin. We want to collect 100 book bags for Martin Luther King alumni. From the alumni for the freshmen, seniors, whoever. I mean, we want to do something special for them. So I just wanted to bring that to you.
Oh yeah. I definitely heard that. Yeah, definitely. And we need more supplies. So definitely, after this thing, after this episode streams, be sure to definitely holler at Ron the Barber, so that way you can get some information. If you want to donate, if you want to help out, hey, your assistance is needed everywhere. So definitely appreciate that, Ron.
We have to try to help where we can. You know what I mean? And what I realized is you don't have to do a whole lot. If you just do a little bit, that little bit might affect somebody to make it a step further. You know what I mean?
Preach.
So, we definitely want to just like we want to help out as much as we can with the kids, man.
Definitely.
It's a lot of things that they don't have that we had when we were coming up. Things that they have we didn't have. Like they have the internet, and they have Google, and they have Android, and all these different things that they can just at the wink of a snap of a finger get information. Where we have to actually study it, go to the library, get the dictionary, getting the almanac and the thesauruses and all those kind of things.
Right.
So just want to try to help the kids out, man. But we'll have more information on that coming soon.
All right. Well, speaking of coming soon, I definitely want to highlight some events, and Ron's definitely going to go into detail about that. The first event is the Pieces of a Dream concert that's coming to Martin Luther King High School, Ron. And can you elaborate a little bit more on that for me?
Oh, absolutely. So the alumni, Martin Luther King alumni, have put together a benefit concert to benefit the library for Martin Luther King High School. For those who probably don't know, King has been in a deficit as far as funding and programs and just different things. The deficit has been that the kids have been neglected, and the principal and the staff are doing everything possible, it seems like to me, to keep the school open, to give the kids something tangible to work with. You know what I mean? A lot of programs been cut, and now especially with COVID, there's a lot more things that's been cut, and it's saying, what resources do these kids have? So October 2nd at Martin Luther King High School, they will be performing Pamela Williams and Pieces of a Dream.
Mm.
Bringing it back home live. Tickets are on sale at Eventbrite. For more information, you can go to the Alumni Association, Martin Luther King High School at gmail.com, or you can contact Ms. Kim Lawson at 267-567-5923, or Andre Daniels at 734-845-0471. So October 2nd, come on out, old school concert, Pieces of a Dream. I actually know one of the piano players for Pieces of a Dream. His name is James Fields. So ever since I was younger, he used to tell me about this group he in, Pieces of a Dream. So I'm hoping to see if he's going to actually be the pianist at the concert. But nonetheless, we need the alumni to come out, support this event. All tickets and proceeds go towards the Martin Luther King Library. The library right now, they barely have any books. They barely have any computers. The kids have no kind of study resources. So, hopefully we can raise money to get them some new laptops, computers. I believe the alumni president, Ms. Kim, has a plan. And I believe the plan for the library is actually on the website at Associated Alumni, AA, MLK High School at gmail.com. So you can find out more about it, but we want to just continue to promote the concert, October 2nd, Pieces of a Dream.
Yeah, definitely promote that. And Pieces of a Dream, just in case for people who are like tardy to the party, who don't know about Pieces of a Dream, they're actually they're a group, they're like an R&B group that came from out of Philadelphia. They came together back in 1976. So I know it's kind of before your times, before my time too. I was born in 76. But they did funk, jazz, they did fusion, they did R&B. I asked my dad about them. And he was like, yeah, like they're famous for a couple songs. I believe there's about three of them. There's three of them that I know about. I know the first one was Warm Weather. That's like that smooth cookout song that you listen to in the park and stuff like that. And then you have one of the other favorites that some of my relatives and some of my older friends dance to is the Mount Airy Groove. Like, as soon as you hear it, you know exactly what it is. That's Pieces of a Dream. And then also the world famous 454, which is who actually co-wrote that, I believe was Grover Washington Jr. Shout out to the great Grover Washington Jr., rest in peace. But that 454 song was actually dedicated to the 76ers in 1983 when they won the championship. So if you guys ever get a chance to look at Pieces of a Dream, just YouTube 454. And that song is like so smooth. They mentioned most of the basketball players. They mentioned Andrew Toney. They mentioned Julius Erving. They mentioned Moses Malone. Really smooth groove song. It'll take everybody back, especially for all you people out there who are Sixers fans. And that song will so take you back.
So wait, Pieces of a Dream, old school, they actually got a song that they wrote or they made for the Sixers.
Yeah, it was about the Sixers. Yep.
Okay. That's what's up.
454. I'm telling you, if they play it, I'm telling you, like once we go to that concert and they play, like you guys know what this song is, and that tune comes on, and they say 454. I'm telling you, everybody in the crowd is gonna sing that song because in '83, I mean, and this is like I'm going off in a tangent real quick, but I'm coming right back. Like in 1983, I'm not a Sixers fan, but I knew how the city was buzzing in '83 when the Sixers won that championship with Dr. J, Andrew Toney, Moses Malone, and everybody. Shout out to Bobby Jones and Mo Cheeks and everybody. I believe Clint Richardson was on that team too. Oh, and Ivoroni. Shout out to Mark Ivoroni. But yeah, that was a good year. That was a good year for the Sixers.
So wait, man.
Yeah,
I see you got a Clippers t-shirt on, man. So like, are you trying to act like you're an old school Sixers fan or something? Or
no, I'm definitely not an old school Sixers fan, but I'm just paying homage. I'm just paying respect to that awesome team. That should be a Hall of Fame team.
I don't know, man. It sounded like you was trying to get a membership, like you was trying to
No. I'm okay. I'll pass on that. But I definitely have to pay homage to the 1983 world champion Philadelphia 76ers because they had an awesome team. They steamrolled through the whole year. They steamrolled through the playoffs. When they asked Moses Malone, how are we going to win the championship? Moses Malone replied, 444. But what happened was it was 4-5 because they lost the game in I think in the semifinals. So it was a sweep, gentleman's sweep, then a sweep again. So 4-5.
No doubt. Hey, you know what, bro? I gotta say this to you, man. And when we first came on, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was a little nervous, but now that the car is rolling, we got our first live recorded podcast. You know, I'm gonna just say, man, just like in the movie Coming to America, when they said, Mortimer, we're back.
We're back.
Okay, man, definitely feel good to be back on the podcast. We've been actually missing each other. Like, you'll call me and say, yo, 7:30. Then next thing you know, I'll fall asleep and then call you the next day and say, yo, okay, let's do this podcast. We got to get this information out here. You know what I mean? And
it's cool. Like, it's only a matter of time, man. It was only a matter of time.
No, man, it's a lot of things coming up, man. It's a lot of things coming up. October, you got the old school concert, Pieces of a Dream at Martin Luther King High School, which is a benefit concert for the library. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll be planning a class of 95 alumni cookout sponsored by the class of 95. Which basically is just saying that this cookout is going to be for anybody that went to King. Anybody King, you alumni, you want to come through. But the class of 95 is going to make sure that the hamburgers and hot dogs and sodas and chips is on deck.
Right.
So, we still got to get a date. We're working on a date. So hopefully we'll have a date for the cookout within weeks. We're running a book bag program. We're going to do a book bag and school drive for the high school kids of King. And just, man, just trying to get ready, man. It's a lot of things getting ready to come through.
I hear that, and thank you for that, man. So now let's get to our topic of the day. I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about this. Now, before we get into it, I definitely want to give a disclaimer and everything like that. And it's gonna go like this. Before we even get into the subject matter, I just want to say that my heart is with everyone associated with this, with the trial and the enforcement situation. By no means that Ron and I and the MLK Alumni podcast condone that type of behavior or misconduct in any way, shape, or form. And again, our hearts go out to the victims there and the families affected from the unfortunate ordeal. Now, with saying that, if you're tardy to the party, on June 30th, 2021, Bill Cosby was released from prison after the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania actually vacated his 2018 conviction on the alleged sexual assault charges. I have to say alleged. Now, the reason why it was released is because it was a panel of the Pennsylvania State, Supreme Court judges. They ruled that it was a vast violation of Cosby's due process rights when he was allegedly criminally charged and convicted. A decade after the previous prosecutor declined to prosecute him in order to urge him to sit for the civil deposition instead. Basically, that was used against him in the criminal trial, which you can't do. The panel of judges said in their opinion when they released him on Wednesday that when the Montgomery District Attorney, Montgomery County, Bruce Couster, investigated allegations, said that, and I quote, he said that he would not be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Cosby committed those alleged acts. So my first question to you, good brother Ron, is what are your thoughts on the overturned conviction?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. Yeah. I feel like, and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. I believe to keep it 100, I believe God, the God that I pray to, and the God of my understanding, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I believe everything happens because it's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Is it for me to judge Bill Cosby? Right. What he did was heinous. What he's been accused of, been done by so many men in this world is ridiculous. And I'm saying I have a daughter.
Right.
18-year-old daughter. So I say, you know, I've been behind them walls. I know what it's like to be in jail. You know what I mean? So do I believe that that's the punishment deserving for what he did? Man, I'll never agree that nobody should ever be put in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just an inhumane place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, if the punishment for crime is to treat somebody inhumane, how humane is that for us? But anyway, that might be a little bit too deep. But guess what, man? Like you love it or not, I'm riding with Bill. I'm happy. I hope he stay out. I hope he stay out of trouble. And the only reason I say that, man, Bill Cosby is one of our Black icons.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the famous people in Black history.
Mm-hmm.
Famous people in Black history from Black people. And it's like he committed this crime and all they wanted to do was destroy his reputation. That's all they wanted to do. So my question is this: how many white Americans, prime example, Donald Trump, who probably have committed the same crimes Cosby has been accused of and admitted to it and been disrespected? I mean, come on, man. Trump had his people raid the nation's capital.
Right.
And this man is still walking around and we talking about Cosby.
Yeah.
We're talking about Bill Cosby, who was a famous actor, millionaire. That guess what, man? You know, the game is wicked, man. The streets is wicked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not justifying nothing that Bill Cosby did because guess what? To me, that's I'm gonna keep it real. That's some sucker shit. If you got to do that to get a woman, man, that's just saying who you type of man you is.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I hear you. Now,
but
also I want to hear
Cosby, the Jello pudding, the Cosby Show, the man. If how do we know that he didn't repent of this 20 years ago and it just now bit him? I mean, we all have done things and got skeletons in our closet. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, I'm happy Bill's out, man. And I'm saying because of his age, man.
Right.
He's an older Black man that made some mistakes, no different than any man out here. Any man out here.
I hear you. I definitely hear you, man. I mean, like I said, like I still.
Mm-hmm. Guess what? Some people might not like what I'm getting ready to say. If you want to prosecute Bill, you got to prosecute the Kappas, the Omega Phi Psi's, all the fraternities, because they all do the same thing Bill did. You go to any college, the same stuff going on. So if we gonna don't throw no stones if you in a glass house. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I hear you. I
probably shouldn't have said okay, but that's just how I feel.
I understand. Listen, man, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that opinion.
You gotta go edit it out.
I hear you. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, because
yo, bro, think about this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the stuff that going on in college life.
Yeah. So,
like, are we really going to stand up and put Bill Cosby on a cross when there's other men that's more heinous than Bill? They just wanted to destroy Bill, man. He was a Black man with some money, and they wanted to make an example of him, and they got the job done.
Well, they were gonna. I mean, in lighter, in a lighter sense, like I mean, Bill Cosby was going through a lot of that at NBC anyway because he wanted to buy part of NBC, and he wouldn't let him do it because
what I just did, y'all. Was all that crazy?
Yeah, we said.
I'm sorry. I said, did I really say what I said?
Yeah, you did, but. But it's coming from a good place, so I know where it's coming from. So like you're good, but I mean, but now keep in mind, shout out to all my Kappas, Qs, A Phi A's, Phi Beta Sigmas, and everybody. That doesn't go on every campus. Maybe it's been like every now and then, but I mean, over the course of time, I think they've really like shut that part down, especially in regards like to the hazing and the type of parties and stuff like that. Like that's been kind of like monitored. I mean, of course, some shenanigans go on and stuff like that, but nothing, hopefully, God forbid, nothing like that. Like when you're, when you're pledging or crossing over, getting branded and things of that sort. But to my, to my knowledge in regards to like Bill Cosby and NBC, I remember they were going through like a tug of war with power, if anything. That was the first thing, because the Cosby Show was so successful that, Bill Cosby was like, well, listen, like I would love to, buy NBC and, not the whole NBC, but, just buy a part of it, so I could put my people on and things of that sort. They were like, no, and then Cosby was like, okay, well, guess what? 1989, that's going to be my last season. How about that? Take that with you. And the crazy part is, ironically, like Cosby is still getting like royalties from that show. Like,
yo,
yeah.
I think I want to start this joint over. That shit I said about the campus accused was out of pocket. That shit was out of pocket, bro.
Why don't you just edit it? Can you edit it? You can edit it.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, you can edit it. So, I mean, now here's also another thing too, as well, in regards to Phylicia Rashad, because she's receiving like a lot of backlash on, on talking about Bill Cosby. Because of course we all know who Phylicia Rashad is. She is like one of the Hall of Fame TV moms. She goes in like the Hall of Fame record books of greatest TV moms in sitcom history. And she's getting like a whole lot of negative backlash from people, especially another NBC favorite mom, which is Janet Hubert, and we all know her as Aunt Viv from The Fresh Prince. Like, another great, strong, African-American figure. And I'll read you like her tweet. And she tweeted, and I quote, Phylicia, what are you thinking? Like, I don't know why, I don't know what you have to, I don't know what but to say this was terribly wrong. Everyone knew what he was doing back then. How could you not? Get your umbrella, sister, because here comes excuse my language, here comes the shit shower. I'm outraged that he has been released. Yes, he is an old ass guilty man. I would have said he's old, he's out, and I'm happy for him, but he is still guilty. I know 5 women who have not come forward. Enough, y'all. We know better. Powerful men do wrong things, black or white. So my question to you is, now with all the money that Phylicia Rashad and Bill Cosby donated to the HBCUs and different high schools around the country, and they're going to accept any more money, and if so, if that's so much of an issue, should they, like the schools, who got these donations, should they give the money back? Would that be fair, like to them? Why or why not? That's my question.
Man, I just think it's a shame, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shame, and I just believe that our heritage and our ancestry is just being picked apart. This Bill Cosby thing has it really has torn. I'm gonna say torn the Black community apart, and it's allowed some people to be biased, judgmental,
Okay.
or no, it allows some people to show their bias and judgmental side. And all I'm saying is, I'm not condoning what Cosby has done, but there has been crimes worse than what he's done by the other races.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to say, man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm somebody who actually was on the Biden campaign. Kay, you and we've driven across state to Erie, PA, to Pittsburgh, PA. We've been in the little Trump towns, and seen how the Trump supporters have been disrespectful, have been racist. Like here we are talking about Bill Cosby needs to be, I don't know, like, all right, he did some wrong. What's going to be fair? Because he's an old man. He's an old man, and I just don't believe that prison is the answer for the crimes he committed.
Okay.
Now, does there need to be some kind of compensation to the victims? Maybe so.
Yes.
Maybe so. But see, I'm saying, like, I'm a man. I'm a man I've served prison time. In fact, I've done a total of 7 years, believe it or not. You know what I mean? And it was hell living inside of a bathroom with another man. You know what I mean? It was hell going to a shower and having to shower with 10 other men. It was hell being locked in at night on a little tiny mattress with a little tiny blanket. I'm just saying, I survived, and I just felt like, yo, you know what? Bill Cosby, he an old head, man. Give him, like, listen, man, don't do him like that. Because guess what? Y'all not doing them other people like that.
Right.
So this, you know what I'm saying? So just let this be a lesson to the lesson. Here's the lesson. The lesson to be to young men and men in general. Do not be trying to drug no chick up and have sex, because guess what? It's called rape.
Mm-hmm.
And you might go to jail.
Yeah.
And sometimes, guess what, man? You know, I'm gonna say, men, young and old, do dumb stuff. So, you know, nonetheless, man, I'm just glad Bill is out, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Same here, man. Because I don't think he would. Well, it's not even fair he wouldn't fare well, but I mean, he was already pretty much on his last leg with it. I mean, and I think just him coming back home so he can, you know, I guess live the rest of his life. You know, I mean, it's going to be. I mean, they've already. I mean, his name has already been tarnished anyway. I mean, because it's not even going to be remember Bill Cosby. It's not even going to be known as Heath Huxtable anymore. He's going to be known as the guy who went to jail for those heinous acts, and that's it. Like they forget about the Cosby Show. Like they forget all about that, and then like even the Cosby Show is going to get besmirched anyway with their name, because they were like, well, this was all happening. How come you guys didn't leave the show? Because, well, the people, the co-stars, they really didn't know what was going on. Like the actors that played Theo, Vanessa, Rudy, Sandra, Alvin, I'm sure they might have heard about it maybe as the show went on back in the late 80s. But I mean, by then, you know, I don't think they knew it was true. And I think they were with Team Bill anyway, because Bill put them on. So, but here's the thing. A lot of people are getting upset with Bill. Like, I can't believe that, that we took his money and stuff like that and everything. Okay, well, if that's the case, then you can give the money back, because I've seen Bill donate, Mr. Cosby donate to a lot of schools, especially like HBCUs. He would wear, their shirts on different occasions on the show and stuff like that. So, people are like in the upper, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he's wearing our shirt. He's making us look bad and stuff like that. However, I mean, if you knew what he was doing, my thing is like, you guys use him just as much as he used you. So,
right. But besides the all the what's the lesson in all this, man? What's the lesson to the black man?
That's the black man.
Like all that stuff is irrelevant. Like nobody really cares about that, because guess what? Stuff really matters. At the end of the day, they're looking at a black man who's guilty of rape and taking advantage of women. So what does that say to black men? What this message says is, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much money you are, you can always be taken down.
Oh yeah, you definitely get your wake up call. You definitely get your wake up call.
Somebody standing by, ready to cut you up.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They were, and they were waiting. I think, and they do this. They do this to a lot of people. The list. I can go on a nice tirade, and I can get my list out, and people who they watch fall. I mean, they worship him, put him on a pedestal, and they just knock him right off the pedestal and watch him fall. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to, just get your opinion on that and everything. And as I said before, and as I said before, it's like, we don't need any type of, being mean to the victims or anything, because my hearts and thoughts are definitely with the victims of, of what was happening, over the years and things of that sort. So, was there anything else that you wanted to touch on, Ron? Any other subject?
Definitely one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay.
Bro, what happened with the Clippers?
Oh, well, we had a great season this year. Our season was good. Great, even.
What happened in the playoffs?
We won the playoffs. We went to the Western Conference Finals.
What happened in the finals?
The Western Conference Finals?
Yes.
We ran out of gas. That was it. We were gassed. It was over. I mean, because I'm gonna put it to you, because when Kawhi went down, it wasn't over, but it was going to be more difficult. Now, but what I do want to give props to, I definitely want to give props to Ty Lue, Reggie Jackson, Paul George especially, because Paul George was just getting hammered in the media. He's pandemic P, he's problem P, he'll never be playoff P and stuff like that, and he's so show improved this year. Paul George lifted the Clippers, literally. When Kawhi went down, Paul George literally said, listen, guys, I'm going to get you to game 5. We're going to get to game 6. We're going to just make it do what it do. And that's what happened. And we beat the number one seed in the West, which was the Utah Jazz. We beat them in the Western Conference semifinal. Yeah, go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead.
Do you think you guys might would have had a better chance if you had Ben Simmons?
No. Because Ben Simmons, you know what? And I like Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons he's good. I've actually seen him play, but I mean, I think, like you said, like it's mental. It's more confidence, and he has to see maybe a sports psychologist or something to see what's going on in there, just to get his confidence back. Because I've seen him play downhill. I've seen him play with the swag. I've seen him play with the confidence. But we can get him all the tools for him to play and play at a high level, but it's up to him. I can bring you to the river, but I can't make you drink it, So it's like, I think he's going to stay I think he's going to stay for another season just to see what's going on. And if Doc or the training staff or whoever can't get through to him, then it's time to go somewhere else. Now,
did they trade him in the middle of the season?
I mean, they can't trade him in the middle of the season because he's still locked in. He's still a restricted agent. So it's like, now they were talking about sending him to maybe to Washington, maybe sending him to Portland, maybe sending him to Golden State, maybe the Lakers. I mean, all these different teams want him, but I mean, you already know what you're going to get. I mean, you're going to get a guy who doesn't take free throws. You're going to get a guy who can't shoot. You're going to get a guy who's super tall and talented, but is he too cool for school, or what's going on with him? So that's what it is. But because he's a hell of a player. Like, Ben Simmons is a hell of a gifted player, but it's just like it's on him now. Like, he knows what he has to do.
It's going to be real interesting to see. Shout out to the Sixers, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, y'all did good this year, man. I just think, you know what happened? I think you guys thought ahead too much. I think you guys, because here's the thing. I think you guys already knew about the Washington series. I already knew you guys were going to win that one. All right, that's a foregone conclusion, 4-1. Now, I think what it was, I think you guys looked ahead to Milwaukee because you guys can beat Milwaukee. That's the ironic part about all this. Because if you guys would have got past Atlanta, you guys would have had no problem with Milwaukee. I think you guys would have won 4-2, easy. You guys would have won 4-2. You guys would have went to Eastern Conference. I think you guys would have went to Eastern Conference, probably beat them. Beat them. You guys would probably been playing in the chip, to be honest with you. You guys have been playing in the chip against either Phoenix or the Clippers.
Well, you know what, man? Shout out to both teams. Shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't put no dirt on them. I mean, we're good here, but people were down though. People were down, Ron. Like, I was getting it all through. As soon as Kawhi went down, I was getting texts, I was getting emails, I was getting tweets. Facebook posts. Oh, it's over. Utah Jazz they're gonna give you all a gentleman's sweep and stuff like that. And like I said, Paul George came through and we beat him 4-2.
No doubt.
Can't get mad at that.
We just want to recap everything. Alumni, everybody, what's up? Shout out to class of 95. Yep. Shout out to the alumni committee, treasurer Earl Pugh, vice presidents, Twana Harris, Jennifer Adams, the rest of the committee, Pretty Tony, Alicia Rivera. Shout out to the K Boogie KC, So yeah, we just want to let everybody know October 2nd,
Mhm.
old school concert at Martin Luther King High School in the auditorium.
Auditorium where it all goes down.
Pieces of a Dream, Pamela Williams. Concert tickets are on Eventbrite. The tickets proceeds go to helping the Martin Luther King High School get a new library. We also have the cookout coming in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. We're having a book bag and school supply drive.
Right.
This will be for the Martin Luther King High School kids. For more information on the library project, you can go to MLK@gmail.com, which is the Associated Alumni, Martin Luther King High School. You can get all the information on how to donate to the library, how to help with the library project. We'll also be dissecting the website to kind of give more information if you want to help with the Martin Luther King Library. Last but least, I didn't really get it in because we're still working on it. So I just want to put it in the atmosphere. God willing, I'll be teaching barbering, and we'll have a barber academy in Martin Luther King come September. We've been working on it. COVID kind of got in the way, so I'm hoping to begin giving out free barber lessons at Martin Luther King High School for the barber kids. So I just want to keep that in prayer. Kay, if you got no more announcements, I'm gonna turn the mic over to you. I got no more.
Nah, man, that's pretty much it. You pretty much carried everything, man. Thank you for your opinion. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for asking about my Clippers, my Clipper fans out there in California. We definitely appreciate that. Other than that, man, in closing, just shout outs and props, to my family and friends. Hey, everybody just staying safe out there, the class of 95. Shout out to all my different, podcasts, that I'm on, the 18 podcast. Shout out to the Black Psychologist podcast. Shout out to Sipping with Slap. And I just want to thank everyone out there who loves us for joining us out here in our 8th episode and our first live of our MLK Alumni podcast. I want to thank the listeners out there for being so patient with us. Thank you again, Ron, for rocking with me today. I didn't know if you were. I didn't know you was going to come. I didn't know if you was going to come out and do the podcast. And I was just like, but it was only a matter of time, man. Once again, I am Kenneth, the only Clipper fan I was born, and the brother with the other voice is my guy, my man. RDB, Ron the Barber Murray, man. And we got more in store. Yes. And we got more in store, man. So we definitely appreciate you. If that's it, man, what else you got? Is there anything else, Ron?
That's no respect. Let's go to my house. She said it's a thing. The one that got into my house to do the female wow. The first thing she said is let's have a child. I said no.